Hello, welcome to Monday Yoga for Relaxation. Today we're going to be focusing on twists, maybe doing some hip stretches. And I just wanted to show you William. He's 9.5 months and he's doing wonderful. He obviously has learned how to signal he would like down. So thank you for joining me today. I'm elated to connect with you today. Namaste. So let me know if you're joining in. I will miss, oh, hello Shannon, she's the first to check in. So I will stand back and not be able to see who's joining in, but just leave me a little message or a thumbs up, just so I know. And I wanted to show you with you what I brought today with me. Oh, here it is. Which I thought was beautiful and appropriate to join us today. They're one of my favorite things, my little meditating Jesus. So we will come forth renewed. We will come forth stronger. We will come forth ready and resilient. So he practiced today with us, as always. So he will be there. Okay, so begin seated on your floor or your chair. Of course, this is your practice. Do what is comfortable. Do what you enjoy. If you need to do this from a chair and maybe just do the arm movement, this is a meditation in movement, so maybe just doing the breathing with us. Whatever it is that you need in your mind, body, your spirit, your emotions, know that we are all together here in spirit. So take a nice deep breath. Let's sweep our arms out and wide. And for all of us coming together, I want you just to breathe together. Stretch and spreading your arms, your heart, your hands. And as you bring your hands down, let's take a moment of connection. And a huge breath, really press and relax the strength of your palms into the earth. Let's go ahead and sweep the arms up. Join your palms overhead in connection. And exhale, release. Touching the palms to the earth. So we're having this time of physical distancing. So as you touch with your palms today, your own skin, the ground, the earth, consider this touch deeply, so that we can touch in our hearts and send this touch through our hearts, through our screens, through our prayers, through our intention together. So let us interlace the palms, press forward and up and back. A huge breath, and we'll pull the elbows back and down as you shine across the heart. So we're going to slowly drop the elbows as though you're squeezing the very base tips of the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to push straight back up and reach through the fingertips, and then go ahead and separate the hands and allow your chin to come into your chest. Let your chin just sway, your head to rock side to side, taking a deep breath for your neck. Sweep the arms out and wide and lift every vertebrae as you rise up. Let's exhale, bringing hands into the heart. Consider the touch of the palms, touching and warming the other. Interlace your hands. Now we're going to round the spine to back. Press out the hands. Now stay here for a moment as you breathe easy. Reach out between the shoulder blades. Reach out beyond the palms. Now bend the elbows, bring the hands back in, but take the chest and arms up. Reach and reach and reach. Take a moment to really press through the palms. And with your exhalation, drop the elbows. And we're really trying to squeeze the elbows back and down. let the tops of the shoulder blades drop down. A little bit more, another exhalation. Let the fingertips graze the earth. Now an easy breath. Inhale, drawing up. Join the palms with touch intention and bring the hands down. I'm going to work a little bit extra on twists today and fleshing. So bring your left hand to the right knee. Just an easy twist to start with, whatever this is for you. If you're sitting in a chair, sitting on the floor, sitting on your pillow or your cushion, try to keep both sit bones grounded. And with an inhalation, feel a lift on the back of your neck. So we're opening up and lengthening in the spine and then just spiraling around. I want your neck to feel free and easy. So bring it around a little bit to the right in areas that feel comfortable and areas of freedom. Let's go ahead and release with an inhalation. Sweep the arms out and up with a little more extension through the fingertips. Join with intentional touch. Let the palms warm and penetrate into the other. And we're going to twist to the left, right hand to the knee. So as we inhale and draw the energy of the breath in and up, lengthening up through the back of the neck, and we'll go ahead and twist here. So breathe easy, but breathe with intention and nourishment. Relaxation. So let's take a breath into the abdominal organs. And exhale, twist around with ease. Maybe let the nose roll around to the back. Good, and with a huge breath, we're going to go ahead and release this twist. Let's go ahead and take the arms up. And as you exhale and bring the hands down, we're going to go ahead and take this position into hands and knees. So go ahead and move to your hands and knees. We're going to plant the hands in table pose, being mindful of your alignment, wrists over the shoulders, knees and hips stacked, and the fingers are directly forward towards the end of the mat. Now think again, I always want you to be thinking of the back of the neck long, because that's going to keep our posture, that's going to keep our spine healthy. So I want you to think of the inhalation bringing the rib cage forward through the upper arms. Let the chin just float forward and up. And then as you exhale, press firmly, touching into the earth, connecting, rooting as you arch the spine. So let the breath move you into an arch here in cow pose. So we're opening up through the upper spine. Exhale and open up through the lumbar spine. So take a moment and not listening to my voice, I want you to listen to your own breath. Follow the breath, inflection and extension. And I want you to listen to not only your breath, but what is your body saying? What are your joints saying? What are your lungs saying? What is your heart saying? Think of opening up the backside of your heart, shining open. The front. Okay, so we're going to widen the knees a little bit, and sometimes I feel like this is a little bit of an awkward pose, but we're going to do it because we can always use a little opening through the neck and shoulders. I want you to widen the knees, greater than hip distance apart. Bring the hips back just a few inches, and we're going to thread the left arm underneath the chest. Turn the palm down, let the fingers walk away, and bring the left temple down to the floor. So walk the fingers away a little bit more, and there's a few options with the right hand. You can extend it along the ear.
Feeling along through the spine. Feeling grounded through the palm. But what I like in thinking of a little bit more flushing, stand with the right fingers in a teepee in front of the nose and just ground into the earth as you think of twisting the heart open a little bit. So we're thinking we're a twist today, flushing our organs, lubricating our spine. And take a huge breath. Relax your head and neck. Again, relax into the temple. So we're going to stand upon the right hand. Pull the belly in. Press into the right hand. And come back up. So you're going to thread the right arm. I'm going to turn a little bit so my voice is heading in towards the phone. So I'm going to reach my right arm now. Pull the hips back a little bit. Bring the right temple down. And take a deep breath. So to relax into the upper arm. And if you can, walk it a little bit further away from you. Relax your neck again. Let's take a few breaths with the left arm extended beyond the left ear and reach. Think of energy reaching through the left fingertip and back through the hips. Take a huge breath into the upper back and the shoulders. And then let's take the left hand, so it's in a little teepee pose here. And we're going to press into the left hand. And all while keeping the neck relaxed, exhale. Easy exhalations as you press the hand into the floor. And listen to your spine. See what it's saying here. Is it saying a little bit more, or maybe wait just a minute? So listen to the response of your body. And we're going to go ahead and relax. We're going to pull the belly in, press into the left hand. And turn back into table pose here. All right, so let's come back into realignment with a few cat-cow postures. And as you exhale, 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 exhale all the residual air at the base of the lungs. So we're really working on cleansing the lungs here. So pneumonia is, deep into the lungs. So we want to work on exhaling that residual air that is left at the bottom of the lungs, at the base of the lungs, after the end of your normal exhalation. So that's why we're really pushing out that extra residual air. Let's come into downward dog. I want you to tuck the toes under and just lift the knees easy. Lift the knees easy. Let's bring them greater than hip distance apart so we've got plenty of space. And feel free to keep the knees bent here this first time, but press, touch into the earth. Let the back of the neck relax. Shake your head out so there's no stress in the neck. Shake your head out. Take a huge breath into the space of your heart, front and back. Hold here and create more warmth and strength and space. Take a deep breath of all the other people doing downward dog right now here together. Thank you for joining in. Now let's move to a plank posture. Now I'm going to go ahead and lower down to my knees so I can show you an optional position, but feel free to keep the knees lifted. Open the heart. And again, the neck is relaxed. Devotional pose. So we're going to pull the hips back. All the way back, as close as it feels comfortable for your joints to the heels. Now I'm going to move my arms so I can speak without being too muffled. But extend your arms. And as though you've got rings like Saturn all around your temples and head, I want you just to expand here and connect. Sending out some loving kindness to all the people close to you. Infinite nurturing here to your own heart. In this pose of devotion, go ahead and take a moment to reflect and to create some space in the heart. So we're going to breathe ourselves to downward dog. So I want you to inhale, come up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, exhale, draw the navel in, Lift the knees. Go ahead and really ground through the feet, through the hands into the earth. Spread through each finger. Spread the fingers wide and even. Take a huge full body breath. Go ahead and shift some weight forward into the hands. Let's walk forward. Into the middle of the mat is fine, and we're going to spread the toes a little bit more than what they can do on their own. Especially the big toe, go ahead and draw it in. And think of the toes grounded, the feet grounded. Good, we're going to lift halfway, and we're going to relax. Now bend the knees, and transfer this stretch more towards the middle of the back. Go ahead and keep the knees bent much more than needed. And we're going to press into the feet and find the strength from our groundedness to come up. So we're going to inhale up the legs, up the spine, up the heart and arms, up through the crown of the head, and rejoicing open here. Good, and we'll pull the elbows back and down. Dropping the elbows. So first think of the upper shoulder blades squeezing together. It's going to help us create a little bit more expansiveness as we're walking through our homes and doing all the little things that need to be done. The middle shoulder blades, draw them back, squeeze them in, relax the jaw. The lower shoulder blades, see what you can do to squeeze the lower shoulder blades and drop the elbows. And we're going to interlace the hands. So keep the elbows deeply bent. We're going to lift the chest and breathe so the arms are a little straighter and maybe a little straighter, as much as you would like. Okay. Huge expansive breath, a stretch across the clavicles, across the collarbones. The hands a little bit away from the hips. So lift the chin a little bit. Just a little bit. And then bring the chin down towards the chest. Draw the belly in. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. And as you exhale, draw the chin in towards the sternum. Draw the navel in. All right, we're going to release the arms down, forward, up, and back. And we're going to dive to a forward bend. So bend the knees. We'd like the spine to be nice and straight. Diving over the legs. Good. Shake the shoulders and the arms out. Nice and relaxed. Lift halfway. So press the thighs back. Lift and offer the heart forward. And then as you exhale, fold. Bend the knees more than needed. We're going to roll up. Press into the feet. Draw the navel in. Drawing in energy from the soles of the feet, drawing up. Let's step over to the right. Let the right hand hold onto the left wrist and create a crescent, an opening, and breathe into the lower left lung. You can turn the gaze down. You can wind the feet if that feels better. But let the right arm awaken the whole left side. Now we're going to circle this left arm. So let the right arm pull the arm down and around, stretching underneath the shoulder blades. Sweep both arms up. Inhale. Let's wrap around the right wrist. Exhale, tipping over. So really press into both feet, but ground through the right. Really ground through the right. All right, so how's the neck? How's the neck? Look down a little bit maybe. Keep the weight even. And we're breathing into the lower right lung, into the side. And we're going to circle this right arm around. Let the left arm just go ahead and circle it all the way. Let's sweep the arms out. And dive to a forward bend. So again, we're keeping the spine straight as we can for as long as we can, even if we need to bend the knees. It's perfectly appropriate. So let's lift halfway. Exhale, and we're going to fold and step the right foot back into a preparation of Warrior One. So we're going to step the right foot back. The back foot's at a 45-degree angle or so. The left knee is over the heel, and the left legs are, the toes are directly forward.
So if you're checking, by yourself, you're just seeing the very tips of the second and third toe, depending on which toe is longer. But you want them kind of going in the same direction. And the right leg is straight and strong. Now, if for any pinching you have in the lower back and you need to bend that back knee, that is okay. But if there's no pinching, go ahead and straighten it. So let's think of just the legs and our sense of grounding here, the sense of connection that we have. We're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale and bend. Exhale, straighten the front leg, and square the ribcage forward to the front of your mat, and bend. Inhale, straighten. We're just thinking of the legs. Square the ribcage toward the front of the mat again. Okay. So here we have strong and awake legs, and we're going to breathe the arms up. All right. Exhale, settle in. Now for a little bit more, you can extend your lunge if you would like a little more. Gaze at least eye level to keep your energy up. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the strength of the legs, the reach of the arms. Okay, the gentlest of back bends. Let's inhale and open. And exhale, we will dive to lunge. All right, let's step the left foot back. Now feel free to come back to plank pose or table pose. So this is your practice. I want you to do what is comfortable, either plank pose or table pose. And we're going to all lower down to our bellies, to a prone position. Now I want you to think of bringing the feet at hip distance, because that will help to kind of keep space in the SI joint of the hips. But it'll also give us almost a deeper back bend, because the sacrum can nutate. Nutate as in kind of tipping forward a little bit. So our forearms are parallel, the palms are down, and the fingers are spread at an even length. I want you to take a full body breath. And then as you exhale, offering the heart forward. You can turn the palms up for a little more receptivity. All right, so the breath is creating us a little bit more space and a little more energy throughout the heart, so we can just start to feel our heart as our sun source of infinite warmth and radiance. The sun, the S-U-N, or the sun, the S-O-N. Turn the palms down. If you would choose to lift the elbows, you may into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. All right, so let's feel this from the inside. Create length with the inhalation. Release slowly and controlled with the exhalation. Let's ground the forehead. Again, that sense of touch and connection. Bring the hands under the shoulders, draw the navel in, and let's push up. Devotional pose. We'll breathe. Exhale all the way back. Exhale again. Exhale, softening in the belly. Let the forehead ground. Downward dog. Inhale and tuck the toes. Exhale, draw the navel in. Let's lift into downward facing dog. And we're going to step forward. So if you want to step the right forward first in full lunge, or little steps up. On our Monday class is our relaxation class, so work at your own pace. Inhale, lift halfway. And we're going to exhale and fold and relax. The knees are going to bend, and we're going to press into the feet and grow upwards. Just thinking of this time of spring, all the little roots and blooms drawing up, blossoming up. So go ahead and spread the fingers wide, tipping back. And let's dive to a forward bend. Good. Now as you come to your forward bend, let's not just kind of hover, but we're going to create some space and a stretch and length. So lift halfway, and we're going to fold. We're going to step the left foot back this time for Warrior 1 feet, or Virabhadrasana 1 if we're having fun with our Sanskrit. All right, so we are stacked here in knee and ankle. All right,
right toes are forward. We're thinking of pressing into the outer left foot, thinking of spreading the back toes, rooting, and let's straighten up the front leg. Okay, so we're going to square the ribcage forward, and we're going to exhale and bend. If you're not feeling a stretch in the front of the left hip flexor over here, bring these right toes forward and turn the ribcage forward. Exhale, drop the jaw, relax the shoulders back, and one more time. Inhale and exhale. So I want you to feel something. All right, we have strong legs, and we're going to breathe the arms up. And when we bring our arms up, I want you to feel a lift of the triceps, because it helps to get the space that we need and the lift from the upper spine. And I also want you to feel that the scapula, the shoulder blades, wrapping around into the armpit. And a good way to feel that is if you turn the palms back. We're just going to keep flexibility and space in our upper spine for posture and strong and healthy lungs. So look forward at your focal point. The word is drishti point that we use for focal point. So your drishti point, and I want you to see everything in your peripheral vision. I want you to concentrate on your breath and strength, but also your calm. Kind of the balance of activity and inactivity. So let's inhale, opening up. We're going to dive forward, bend, exhale. And we'll step the right foot back in plank or table pose, your choice. So go ahead and unpack the right leg out of that strong pose. Let's do a few cat-cow postures. If you're in plank, go ahead and lower the knees. And notice if you can just move a little bit easier, a little bit deeper through this space. So one more time. Okay. Now curl out the navel in. I want you to really connect here into the core. Bring the knees to touching, and we're going to bring the left leg straight back. Go ahead and flex through the left foot. Draw the navel in, and we're going to take the right arm forward. Good. Breathe easy. And now take the right arm out to the right and the left leg out to the left. Good. Keeping the belly in. Go ahead and extend. And release. Breathe the right leg back. Flex through the foot. Draw the navel in. Open up between the shoulder blades. And take the left arm forward. Find your calm breath. Take these out right and left. And forward. And release. Let's breathe to the other side again. So inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. Breathe to take them out right and left. Breathe them back forward. And release. Right leg, left arm, inhale. Out to sides. Forward. And release. Wonderful. Downward facing dog. Bring the hands shoulder distance, fingers forward. Tuck the toes under. Go ahead and bring them hip distance apart now. Good. Find the length. Find the depth. Relax your head. Find downward dog here in mind and body and heart. And we'll step the left foot forward. Big steps or little steps, this is your choice. All right, spread the toes, lift halfway, and exhale, fold. All right, bend the knees more than needed, and I want you to breathe oxygen and circulation and space into the back. And go ahead and lift up here through the upper body, chest opener, arm. We're going to pull the elbows back and down. All right, so think of again, the shoulder blades drawing together. The hands interlaced. And we're going to roll the shoulders back.
Go ahead and make some more space between the feet and the toes. And we're going to open up through the heart. Eyelids are soft, jaw is relaxed. And we're going to soften at the elbows. So we're going to bear swing the arms. Make sure you've got plenty of room around you. All right, feel some freedom of movement here. Thinking of your twist, thinking of the freedom around the shoulder blades. Now we're going to make a little bit of an attunement here. As your arms flip back, I want you just to bump the opposite kidney here. I'm going to turn around so you can see. Just a little bump of the opposite kidney. All right, just an acknowledgement. A little cleansing. A little spark of energy to your organs. Feel this. Connect. Rejoice. Breath and movement. All right, we're going to slow down. Okay. Let's practice tree pose with all the beautiful blooming trees. And we'll say prayers that all their buds are going to be okay. I covered my apple trees last night. We're going to root. Let's think of rooting through our non-favorite side first. So whichever side that is for you, your less than easier side. Okay. So this foot can be our extra root from our banyan tree with our dropping roots everywhere. So go ahead and ground here. You're at home, so you can hold on to something, the wall or a chair. Or feel free to go ahead and glide this foot over to the ankle or to your leg. So let's begin with open palms and fingers. And we'll breathe the arms up and our energy up. And I want you to think about our forest here. All of you watching, family tree, your favorite tree. Join the palms, connect, and let's bring hands to heart. We'll switch sides. Give that leg a little shake. We'll start out here with your extra set of roots. We'll go ahead and glide the foot in. Maybe bring it up again. You can check with your, and we'll breathe the arms up. Yes. Branch the palms wide. Branch the arms open. Find again your focal point to help with balance. Spread the toes. Acknowledge all the tiny muscles and bones in the feet working together with your central nervous system to keep your balance. Grow up tall through the trunk, through the branches, reaching up for the first rays of sun. Through our forest here together, reconnecting, sharing space. Thank you for coming together. Let's breathe to ground the feet and to reach the toes and rejoice into a back bend. Good, opening up. Dive to a forward fold. Relax, shake your head out. Shake it out again, a little bit more. Relax the back of the neck. And we're going to breathe up to standing. And I'm going to practice triangle pose. So go ahead and Spread the feet wide on the mat. I just love triangle pose. It feels so beautiful to the hips and the hamstrings and to the lower back. We're going to begin to the right, turning the right foot out 90 degrees. Got to spread the toes. The back foot's at about 90 or a little bit more, but the heel is working further back than the toes. So let's bring the hands to the hips. And so when we tip over, I want you to think of the lower hip coming back just a little bit, and the top hip almost coming forward a tiny bit. So the hips are not straight forward. They're a little bit, one's behind the other. And that's going to help us to keep a nice straight lumbar spine. So press into this crease at the top of the right leg, just giving yourself a little adjustment. Pick up, reaching upwards towards this left side. Now, we don't want to hyperextend the knee, so if you have a tendency of being hyperextended in the knee, you'll have to micro bend the knee, which will make it more difficult. But we want to have that control. So bring that right hand down anywhere below the knee. So that can be the shin, the ankle, the floor, the foot. If still that's too much, bend the knee and press your forearm into the leg. And to do that, a wider stance of the feet will feel comfortable. Or you're at home, so put your hand on a chair. So we want to have the belly button and the hips almost looking down towards the floor a little bit. But at the same time, we want to create the openness of the heart, which is the whole reason we practice, right? So rolling the left ribs back. Now it is okay to look up at the ceiling. It is strengthening and good for the neck, but if there is any tenderness or discomfort, I would much rather you look forward or down. And it's even okay to kind of let the ear drop to the shoulder, wherever you have balance for. But equally reach out the arms, spread the fingers wide. And many people practice differently. You can have some weight into the lower hand or not. So that's your practice, your choice. But breathe through the length, through the space. And we're going to bend the right knee and breathe up. Inhale. Take the arms up. Reach overhead. Touch the palms. Go ahead and interlace the fingers. Hold your own hand. Reach your arms up. Squeeze the ears. Tip back just a little bit. Opposite. Good. Coming straight up. Let's just keep the arms here. Let's swivel the feet. All right. Go ahead and rock around a little bit. We've got our left toes now turning out 90 degrees, and feel the right back foot so the heels are further out. Breathe, hands to hips. So we're finding this crease here as we tip over to the left. Finding that crease here at the very top of the leg. And we're going to go ahead and press into that space as we tip the right hip downwards. So it's almost, again, the belly button's turning downwards, the heart is turning upwards. So lower the left hand. Go ahead and reach up as though you're reaching from hip up to the rib cage here. And roll the right ribs back. Take a breath for the neck. Find the depth that is comfortable for your hamstring, for your neck. If it feels okay on the shoulder, take the arm up. If you have some little tweaks in the shoulder, it's perfectly fine to keep the hand at the hip. Do what is appropriate for your body in each of these little areas. So in many of these poses, we've got a lot going on. We're stretching the hamstrings, the hips. We're keeping the spine open and straight, the heart open. Maybe we're working on the neck. Maybe we're relaxing the neck. We're grounding through the feet. And all while, we're keeping that same meditative breath. That same open space in the heart with all of this going on in the physical, even in the mental. But in the heart, we're at ease. In the mind, we're just trying to observe. We're just trying to look at it all. So ease up. Take a deep and wonderful cleansing breath. Exhale, open up a little bit more, creating length through the crown of the head, the sit bones, the legs. And gently bend the left knee. Let the right arm pull you up. Inhale as join the palms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Feel that sense of touch and connection. Shine the heart open. Take a huge breath. Let's turn the toes forward. Okay, so the feet can come in just a little bit. Let's release the arms. Now we're going to do a forward bend and add a little bit of a twist. So I invite you, if this puts a lot of stretch on your hamstrings or any pressure at all on the spine, to bring your hands to a level. You can bring your hands to a step or a chair, a block if you have it. If you're comfortable, go ahead and bring your hands down to the floor. And we're going to take the left hand to the floor underneath the heart, fingers to the right, and bring your right hand to your lower back. Now, thinking of keeping the pelvis looking straight down, open the chest to the right. Find the space of ease on your neck. Go ahead and twist and open the spine. I bet our organs are smiling here with all these wonderful twists. And you may choose to take the right arm up. We're going to breathe to the other side. Inhale across the chest. Exhale, right hand down, fingers to the left. Inhale, left arm up. Again, if your right shoulder is sensitive, bring the elbow lifted and the hand at the hip. Good. Notice your neck. Take a breath for your neck. Take a breath for your toes. Take a breath for the jaw. Make sure the jaw is relaxed. And exhale to release. So a wide-legged downward dog. Extend your arms forward as if you were doing a downward dog, but keep the weight back into the feet. So the palms are down, the fingers are spread wide. We're lowering in the chest. The weight is back into the feet. See, I can take the weight off my hands and I'm not going anywhere. Relax the chest, relax your head. Taking a moment of pause, a moment of stillness, of connection. Touch the earth. Walk your hands back. So bring some support. All right. Let's bring the feet in just a little bit. We're going to come up for yogic squat. So as we check, we want the toes and the knees kind of out in the same direction. So give them a check here, side to side. Protect the knees. And we want our knees kind of behind the heels. So bring awareness so you're squeezing the heels together as though you're trying to wrinkle the mat between the feet. And breathe the shoulders back over the pelvis. Lower into the squat and wiggle the toes so the toes are easy. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, a squat. Relax the top of the shoulders. And lower into a squat. Good, spread the toes. Let's take the left arm up. And reach. Openness. Wrap the scapula around to the armpit. Extend through the arm. Maybe lower into the squat. Good. Drawing up. Good. Let's switch. Inhale into the squat. Easy on the knees. So if you're feeling any pressure on the knees, lift up just a little bit. Squeeze the heels together. Try to wrinkle the mat between the feet. And inhale, breathe the right arm up. Create space and length and joy and connection. Great gratitude to all of you here connecting in, even if it's just for a portion of the class or for the whole class. I have great gratitude to you. So let's breathe in together. Let's go ahead and squeeze the inner thighs. Think of the feet and go ahead and look at them. I need to readjust my feet. Spread the toes. So let's press into the feet equally as we reach up. So as you ground and root, and then you join the palms overhead, I want you to feel a sense of ease in the heart, a bridge of connection. Reach and release. So we're going to do some neck stretches, either standing or on a chair. You're welcome to come down to the floor, but if you're lifted on a firm support, because that way we don't have to work so much on keeping a tall posture. But our thoracic and cervical spine are in a nice alignment to stretch deeply into the neck. So I want you to reach back and take, I'm going to turn around in just a minute so that we're facing the same way. So it'll be your left hand is kind of reaching around. I've got the hold above my elbow, but you can certainly be holding on to the wrist or so. So your left hand is holding on to your right arm somewhere. Just for posturing, let's go ahead and be receptive into the right hand. Again, check the toes. Always notice your foundation. Branch out through the toes, root. All right, so the shoulders are back and the heart is up, and we're thinking of the back of the neck. Thinking of the back of the neck. I'll step forward a little bit. So we're going to very easy drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Now, I really want this to be comfortable. So you don't have to do the arm position. You could just slowly and easily drop the right ear to your right shoulder. We always need to honor our neck. So upon every exhalation, just relax into this space, allowing the ear to, just with the element of surrender, to come closer to the shoulder. Nothing forceful here at all, just the element of ease, surrender, and breath. If you're losing your balance, just open your eyes a bit, ground through the feet. And very slowly, it's an almost pretend movement that you're dropping your chin into your chest. Almost pretend. So we're not going very far, but just enough to change the stretch in the fibers here, neck and shoulder. And I want you to come back to where you were before and almost pretend that we're rolling the nose up. So the jizz is very subtle, very subtle. Okay. So I want you to leave your neck where it is before you do anything. Leave your head where it is. I want you to release the left hand, and your right hand is going to come up and pick up your head. Let your right arm do the work. Okay, beautiful. Lengthen up through the back of the neck. Turn your right ear to the wall behind you. Good, breathe. Left ear to the wall behind you. Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and turn your head left and right a little bit. Just kind of working out any of that stiffness. Roll the shoulders forward and up, back and down. Slower, more diligent, forward and up, back and down. And one more time. All right, so let's do the other side now. I'm going to take your right arm, go ahead and swing it back. Take a hold of the upper arm. And pull it around a little bit. You can hold onto the wrist if that's easier and just have the hand down. I want this to be comfortable. Swing it around. All right. All right, so we're open. We are receptive. Go ahead and bend and straighten the legs just to kind of shake out any stiffness if you're standing. And I want you to come into perfect posture, and that is led by a lift of the heart, easing the shoulders back, and lengthening the back of the neck. So when we lengthen the back of the neck, the chin doesn't come too far down, but it comes down just a little bit. Close your eyes with a breath. Relax the jaw. So even if your lips are touching, drop the lower teeth away from the upper teeth. We want a full sense of ease and
calm in the skull. Good. We're going to breathe the left ear to the left shoulder. So notice how this feels for you. Notice any reaction from your body. And let's meet that reaction with more ease and more compassion and more gentleness. I want you to think of lengthening out the neck. Again, the back of the neck. The sound, the breath reverberating through the nose. How is your breath? Can you make it more rich and potent, more healing and nutritive? All right. And almost imaginary roll down. Chin just very steadily aiming towards the sternum a little bit more. We're rolling the nose just down slightly from parallel to the floor. And then we're going to roll slightly nose up parallel to the floor. So this, you'll know how far to go just by paying attention. So pay attention. When you feel the stretch change and it's like, oh yes, there's the spot, then that is the right spot for you in this pose and every pose. Got a huge breath. See how deep and rich you can make the breath. We're going to come out the same way. So the neck is the last to move, all right? So release the right arm first. Left hand comes up and lifts the neck. And we want to do that because, we put so much pressure and stress on our neck these days that we want to be so tender with it. All right, so exhale, left ear to the wall behind you. And breathe right ear to the wall behind you. Now we're just going to go ahead and do this a couple of times. I want you to kind of feel what's going on inside your neck after those deep stretches. I want you to kind of loose and unpack the stiffness. Just wring it out a little bit with gentleness and ease. Okay. Beautiful. Nose forward. Round the upper spine. Squeeze the shoulders forward. Up. Back. And down. Let's come down to a seated position. Okay, so we're going to work on the hips just a little bit. And if sitting with your right foot on top of your leg is easy and comfortable, go ahead and take that position. The other option is to sit with the right leg in front. So right leg is in front or on top, whatever is comfortable for you. If you want a tiny wedge to sit on, that's fine, but I would just make the wedge really small. You're barely sitting on it. So we're interior tilt to the pelvis, just keeping the heart lifted. So we don't want any slouching of the upper spine. Okay. If your foot is on top, go ahead and flex the foot. It helps to protect the knee a bit. I want you to take a huge breath. And we're going to tip forward to the pelvis. So bring your hands to your knees. Pull the elbows back. Lengthen the spine and the back of the neck. Inhale a huge, a joyful, appreciative breath. And then exhale, come down a little bit more. So I want your arms to support you wherever that need to be. On the legs, on the floor, wherever you need the support. So wherever your hands are, think of pulling the elbows back to help to lengthen the spine, working on this hinge at the hip. We'll round into the spine in just a minute, but first we want to make sure that we're beginning at the hip, and then we're going to kind of work our way up the spine. So go ahead and allow this release, kind of this extension, and come into, just bowing your head down, reverence. Either join the palms together or touch the earth or touch your knees. But whatever you do, do with intention.
And having an energetic breath exchange here through the hands. Let your arms walk you up. Let the arms, go ahead and do that. Inhale, exhale, and release. So we're going to go ahead and stretch the legs forward. Let's stretch out the toes. Keep the ball of the foot pointed. Draw the toes back. Flex the feet, heels if possible off the floor. Soles of the feet looking in. Inversion. Soles of the feet looking out. Eversion. So let's bring the right leg in first. The left leg either crossing in front or coming on top. So again, your choice. All right. Sitting very tall in the sit bones. Right foot flexed. All of the body is awake. Just finding this balance of activity, inactivity, inwards and outwards. Balance, right and left. Looking within and looking without. So a three-dimensional breath. Inhale. We're going to first tip forward at the hips. So if you need to, adjust so you're sitting very on the very tips ends of the sit bones. Hands to knees, pull the elbows back, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale. Nice strong stretch of the hips. How joyous. I love it. Let's bring hands supporting you on the floor in prayer mudra or at the knees. And as you exhale, looking within, asking permission, what does your body want or need? How does it need to release? And there's nothing forceful here. Be creative in your practice. Inhale, walking your hands up. Beautiful. Lean back and release the left leg. Release the right leg. Okay, let's swivel long on the mat. Let's begin with strong legs, feet flexed. Inhale, up and back. And lean back, recline back until the belly engages. Forward bend over the legs. So go ahead and roll up. We're going to walk the heels back. Walk the heels back up to bent. And with support, unravel the spine. Let's bring the knees into the chest and hug the knees in. Rock a little bit, right and left. Taking some joyous breaths. Say hello to the lower back and the kidneys once again. Okay, figure four stretch. So again, we're working on our hips and twists. So for figure four stretch, if possible, we're going to do this with the left foot in the air. It is perfectly fine to do this with the left foot on the floor. So we're in our figure four stretch. Arms are to T position, and we're going to tip over just enough until the right foot comes flat on the floor. And if you can with your left hand, you can do this also with the left leg, but hold the foot. Hold the foot up. So we're stretching the right hip, if that's where you're feeling it. Maybe you're feeling a little bit in the stretch of the twist of the spine. Relax the weight of your head and neck. Now, if the right foot is trying to like wiggle away from you, hold it in again with the left leg or the left hand. And this is very good again for the IT band. So we're just going to encourage the right knee away just a little bit. Just the right knee away. Keep the heart open to the ceiling, keeping the right rib cage back and open. So we're getting full effect here of a twist in the hips, in the knee, and of course the breath keeping us here present and engaged. All right, let's bring both hands over to support the legs. Slowly and easily unpack from there. Stretch the arms and the legs up and lift up to touch the toes. Draw the navel in. Good. Relax. Figure 4 stretch of the left leg. So the right foot's on or off the floor. All right. Left foot is flexed. Taking a joyous breath here, and we're just going to tip the legs over to the right until the left foot is flat on the floor. So arms to T. So the right hand and maybe the right leg, whichever one you like, can keep the leg from, or the foot from slipping away. Relax your head, relax behind your eyes. Open the rib cage, keeping it open towards the ceiling. So you can push the knee away just a little bit. Keep the space, keep the openness, keep the peace. Where else can you relax? In the corners of the body. And we're going to relax and ease the left and right legs back. So let's unpack. Arms and legs up. Let's go ahead and circle around. And turn the palms up. Go ahead and get any crunchies out of the wrists or the ankles. Taking a huge breath. Let's come together in Shavasana. So if it's comfortable, turn your palms up and work the shoulder blades down. You're at home, of course, so you can put any support underneath your legs or your knees, or practice legs up the wall pose. Or in our simple, traditional supine pose. And we have moved through a meditation of movement through our practice, and I invite you now to let all of those physical stretches, breaths, mental cleansing, and radiance and opening up the heart to come together and marry here. Finding joyous radiance and pure balance of relaxation. Let your body rest as heavy as possible. Begin by relaxing the brow, scalp, eyelids, cheekbones, mouth, the jaw, and the neck. And with a huge breath, again, relax all of your face and neck. over and over again. Let go and surrender. Relaxing the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, and the thumbs, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. So a huge breath through the rib cage and the lungs and the heart. Through the belly and the lower back, kidneys. Through the pelvis. Relax. Relaxing the gluteal muscles, the abdomen again, and the upper legs, knees, lower legs, relax, ankles, heels, and the feet. Across the ball of the foot and the ridge at the base of the toes, relax. And the great toe, second toe, middle toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Breathe your body and mind and heart reunited, opening up the belly, opening up the palms. And as you exhale, hug the abdomen in to the lower back and bend one knee and the other. Bring one knee into the chest and the other, and rock side to side. With a huge, joyful breath, take it all in. And as you exhale, roll to sideline and into your hands, and coming up to a seated position.
So let us come up, friends, reunited together, renewed in heart and mind and cells. So I thank you deeply for joining together. Let us take our arms out and up and touch in the palms and bring hands into the heart, and let us stay connected. So keep joining me again. I'll continue this on Mondays and Tuesdays. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you need. And namaste to each and every one of you.